In October, during ICE's Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago, the city's police superintendent repeatedly emphasized the department would communicate with the federal government to coordinate during protests and minimize violence. But in Minneapolis and cities across the nation, the rhetoric has been a bit more aggressive. Following the deadly ICE-involved shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good January 7th, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey sharing a direct message with federal agents.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
Rhetoric he and other local officials have continued to emphasize as citywide protests escalate. Over 3,000 federal agents have been deployed, and questions loom over the justification of deadly force.
If the goal here is to create peace and safety and calm, there's a very clear antidote here, which is leave.
When you approach someone in a vehicle in a law enforcement encounter, there's very basic steps you take to ensure the officer's safety and to de-escalate the situation.
Multiple Trump administration officials attributing this rhetoric in part as the reason assaults against ICE agents are up over 1,300%.
We're seeing it happen over and over again. We've seen over 100 different vehicle weaponized and attacking law enforcement officers.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, during ICE's Operation Midway Blitz in October, the city's police superintendent taking a different approach, emphasizing an effort to work with the federal government while complying with sanctuary laws and protecting federal agents.
Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that.
Now, aside from Minneapolis, anti-ICE action has intensified across the nation. Newly elected Democratic governor of Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, ending the state's participation in a federal program allowing law enforcement to act as ICE agents.
State and local law enforcement should not be required to divert their limited resources to enforce federal civil immigration laws.
And in Maryland, the proposed Icebreaker Act of 2026, sponsored by a Democratic delegate, is also causing some controversy, aimed at preventing ICE agents hired during Trump's second term from transitioning into local or state roles.
It sounds as though this politician wants people to believe that an ICE agent can just come into their town and tomorrow be a patrol officer in their town. It's simply ridiculous.
Now, the New York Post is also reporting New York City's DSA chapter is organizing a large-scale effort to mobilize and train around 4,000 activists in response to anticipated federal ICE action, possibly adopting some of the same tactics being used in Minnesota. I'm Jeff Harris reporting from Washington.